What's going on, y'all? Welcome to Faith and Family Auto. Um, Today, we're going to start something that's been a long time coming. This is my 1986 Ford F-150, and it's more than just a project truck to me. It's been in the family for a very long time. Back in high school, my grandpa purchased this truck. We went through and fixed rust spots, repainted it. I eventually paid him back for it. This is actually the truck that me and my wife, or that I was driving when me and my wife first started dating. I tried to teach her how to drive a stick, and she almost took it into a river. Um, and then life happened, and we had to sell it. I sold it to her father. Then after a while, I had a 2000 Mustang that I traded him so I could get the truck back. Um, it's been sitting for about 15 years, not running. Um, the goal of this series is to simply bring it back, get it back to life, and get it back on the road so that I can enjoy it with, uh, for myself, my wife, and both my kids. Um, so the first episode, we're going to take a full look at it, see what's going on with it, maybe diagnose a few things to see what we can do to get it back up and at least running. Um, so we're gonna hook it up, pull it out from beside the barn here, and get a better look at it. All right, we got her pulled out from behind or next to the barn. Let's take a walk around and see what's going on with this thing. Um, Up front, you can obviously see we got some rust spots going on the hood. I'm not really worried about the cosmetic stuff right now. So let's go to the side here. Probably gonna have to need tires eventually because these are old and dry rotted. They're still holding air, surprisingly. Go back over here. We got cab corner rust that we'll eventually look at fixing. Obviously, we got the cobwebs. It's gonna need a bath. Same thing with the rear tires. They're a little bit newer, but still gonna need to be replaced. Probably eventually upgrade all the lighting, get all the trash out of the bed. I don't know if I can. So if you take a look under here with the bed, we got rust again on the tailgate, all this stuff, wiring hanging down for lights. I'm gonna have to replace this tail light. Busted out by a rock or something. Got a bunch of rust right there. Gonna have to fix even more right in there. Definitely gonna have a lot of body work. Same thing on the passenger side with the cab corners and the doors. And then obviously the tires. Let's get the hood open and see what we're working with under there. Ready? Where is it at? There it is. All right, under the hood. We're mostly complete under here. I've got the air cleaner and stuff. It's sitting on the inside. We'll have to go through, and coolant system holds pressure. That's a good thing. The coolant looks good in there. We'll probably have to go through and change all the fluids and everything. When we were pulling it out from beside the barn, I noticed the brake pedal was going quite easily to the floor, so we'll have to take a look at the brake system on this thing. But the first thing I want to look at is getting this thing up and running again. So we're going to start checking things for that. Are you recording? All right, now that we showed you outside, let's jump into the inside and see what we're working with in there. So the interior's complete. Seat's not in bad shape. Floors are gonna need some work. And we got the normal cracking dash stuff up here. But all in all, it's pretty decent on the inside here. Take a look here behind the seat. Not terrible back here. Do have the floors completely rotted out. The seat's not in bad shape. Windows work. I think they should, but the seals and stuff are definitely going to need to be replaced. And all that. Wing windows, they're in good shape. All right. All right, now we're going to get underneath the truck and look at what we're working with under there. We're going to start in the front, then move around to the sides and the back. All right, we're definitely dealing with some rust on the frame up here, rusty suspension. Can't really tell the brakes from this angle. We'll look at them when we get around to the back side. Definitely got some oil leaks we'll be looking at. More frame rust over here. More suspension rust everywhere. Alright, let's get underneath the side here and take a better look at the frame and the transmission and the brakes and stuff. Definitely got some more frame rust here. Rockers are pretty bad. The body mounts are about shot. Calipers are pretty rusty looking. It's definitely going to be a lot of work on this. Got leaks on the transmission we'll have to look at. Looks like the output shaft seal there. Drive shaft doesn't look terrible. Fuel tank. All right, let's get up underneath the back end of it and see what we got going on there too. Definitely got more rusty frame. Leaf springs are pretty crusty. Exhaust isn't looking too great either. If you look down here, you definitely have something leaking on the rear end. You're definitely gonna have to go through and get rid of a lot of rust on this truck. All right, let's lay under the driver's side and see what we got going on there too. Definitely have a lot of rust on the frame to deal with. It looks like the seal around the third member there is gonna need to be replaced on it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm pretty sure the exhaust is rotted out right there and right there. So, the whole underneath side of the cab, a little crusty. So that's pretty much the look around this thing. There's going to be a lot of work to be done on this. So next episode, we're going to dig into figuring out why this thing won't run. We're going to start with checking the battery, making sure we've got everything we need for it to run. So if you want to see if this thing will start up and run on its own, tune in next time. Thank you for watching and all the support that you've given me. And just remember, don't give up on your dream builds.